To see a lot of the bullish energy around Dogecoin building back up again as articles like this come out. Vitalik Buterin on Dogecoin's development and the Ethereum collaboration, as well as this article right here, which I really enjoyed seeing. And this one is talking about how more and more analysts are starting to predict Dogecoin to $1 and actually going beyond that. A lot of people are worried. They asked me, Matt, will Dogecoin go to $1 and then just stop there and not go any further? The answer is most likely it is going to continue to go up after hitting $1. It's not just going to stop there. And this article right here has multiple people and their bullish opinions on Dogecoin. The Wolf of All Streets says right here, and see, the quality's good, the sound is good, we're back, we're ready to go, we are in the new studio, Final Stand is continuing to expand and build, hiring new people. If you're interested, if you're motivated, if you understand cryptocurrency, comment down below, let us know. We're looking for people as we continue to expand. Right now, the studio is not set up yet. It is going to be set up. It is actually going to be in this room here. I'm in the corner where the couch is, and we just have the light set up. We have the iPad, and we're going to do a normal stream like this on the phone. And yeah, it should be good to go. Is it too late to invest? Most likely not. Most likely not. Almost certainly not, in fact. Dogecoin looks ready to levitate back to 35 cents from the Wolf of All Streets. Then we also have Justin Bennett here saying that Doge is one of those where the moment you think it's done and then you get out, it takes off without you. And a lot of people experiencing that. A lot of people sold before some of the biggest spikes. And people who do that often regret it. That's just the way it works when it comes to Dogecoin especially, because it's so hard to predict when it's going to do those major spikes. Then this tweet right here, which is my favorite one from this batch here, Doge, it's not a question of if Doge will hit $1, it's a question of when, coming in from altcoin Sherpa and showing some bullish signals on the chart here. And as we start to see some more bullish news for Dogecoin specifically, the entire crypto market is actually doing pretty dang well. It is up in the last 24 hours, up 2.59%, not too shabby for a single 24-hour period. Obviously, we've seen bigger spikes in the past, but that's definitely not bad at all. Bitcoin up 3.02%. Ethereum up 0.59%. Then we go down to Dogecoin, we can see at around 4% up in a single day. That makes it the second at the top when it comes to the top 8 with cryptos. And it is showing even right now, when a lot of people are starting to doubt it on social media, the people who really know what they're talking about understand where Doge is going and what it's going to mean for the future. And we talked about this as well on the last live, which is an article saying Vitalik Buterin suggests some different things for Dogecoin, what he wants to see happening with it, what he wants to see doing when it comes to improving it, and its cooperation with Ethereum. And we talked about how he wants Doge to switch to a POS system soon, which is proof of stake, which basically means instead of relying on a system of computers across the globe to validate transactions, it is now based on how many each individual person holds, how many each wallet holds, and then the system of validation goes through that. So proof of stake, it's about how many you have staked in the cryptocurrency. So it makes sense with the name there. But he's saying he wants to see that happening. And there's actually another part to his quote that we didn't talk about in the last video because the video would have been too long if we did, but we are going to talk about that right now. The other part of his quote is that he said, I hope they don't cancel the $5 billion per year annual POW issuance. And what he's referring to with that, he's saying the proof of work issuance, which basically just means 5 billion Dogecoin approximately per year are mined. And that's why we have seen, when I first started making videos, there was 128 billion Dogecoin circulation. Now there is over 131 billion Dogecoin in circulation. So they continue to climb and climb and climb. And with that, we are seeing people like Vitalik Buterin saying, even if it switches over to proof of stake, by the way, if it switched over to proof of stake, then in theory, you wouldn't even have to have any that were mined per year. You could have it be a small amount, you could have a different issuance. And so that's what he's kind of making a point here. But then he goes even a step further. He doesn't just want it to continue being 5 billion a year, even if it's proof of stake. He also, on top of that, wants it to be some kind of DAO that funds global public goods, and he believes it would fit well with Dogecoin's non-greedy and wholesome ethos. And he has a kind of a good point here. Dogecoin is about charity. It is about giving in some ways, but it's also at the same time a cryptocurrency. It's also about being functional, and it's about making profits. So there's two sides to Doge, and I think I disagree a little bit kind of with his sentiment here because, and here's why I disagree with that. I do think it's good to be using Dogecoin for charity, and we all have continued to do that. When there's areas we can support people with Dogecoin, especially people who really are in need, then we're going to always do that. By the way, make sure to go down there, press like on this video. Let's see if we can get the like button pressed and get the video out to more people. Why did you make your last video private? Yes, because we were having some technical issues because we're in the new studio, and I'm not using my actual setup right now because we're still setting it up. So in the meantime, we're just trying to put together a live stream with the normal equipment. But sounds great here, Matt. Can't wait for Doge to $1 into the moon. And Dane Clement says, love to level up with the new office. Next branch of the office on the moon. We have to do it. I mean, you gotta have an office on the moon, then the next office on Mars, and we can stream from there. We'll be good to go. Streaming on the moon. I mean, you can't beat that. We can jump up and down. We can go all around. We can use the lunar rover and drive over to Elon's house or Elon's shack or Elon's hut. What is it called? Is it a house or is it a hut? Elon's hut. And I'll knock on Elon's moon hut and be like, hey Elon, you want to come out and throw moon rocks with me? He'll come on outside and we'll make the video. It'll be beautiful. It'll be beautiful. Beautiful. That's what we gotta do. I like that idea there. I like the idea coming in. And so the reason why I disagree with this sentiment here is because I do not think that we can necessarily have one entity with Dogecoin, whether it's the developers or whether it's Billy or whoever is deciding the charity, then they could decide what charity they want to give to. I think the best thing to do here is let everyone as individuals decide what charity they want to give to, rather than having one centralized charity effort with Dogecoin, because that way you can give to whatever cause is most important to you and whatever you think can have the most impact on the world or on your country or wherever you're located. Personally, I like giving to causes in the United States because I just feel like it's good to give back to the country you're in. And a lot of people, though, would like to give to the rest of the world. So whatever you want to do, and it's always good to be looking at charity, but I don't think we have to continue having $5 billion a year that are mined in order to do that. I think we can just encourage the community to be doing good and giving back to people. But I'm of the mindset, do whatever the heck you want every day, rather than doing the good every day, even though both lines are pretty dang good. Do whatever the heck you want every day, can include doing good every day, if that's what you want to do. So I kind of like that idea a little bit more, but when it comes to $5 billion a year can be mined, that's approximately a 4% inflation rate, which is not ideal, but at the same time, it's not even close to a big enough detractor to stop Dogecoin from going past $1, and Elon Musk is continuing to prove that with some of the things he's doing. With Elon Musk sending Dogecoin to the moon, that's going to happen soon. Remember, billions of people are going to watch that, so a lot of people are still trying to look past that. A lot of people don't even understand the potential that it is going to cause and the potential spike that we're going to see from Dogecoin based on that. But with Elon Musk and Vitalik Buterin both in our corner, I mean, come on, at what point do you got to start being a little more optimistic here? And I think at the same time too, if we are going to switch over to proof of stake, it has to really be zero that are being mined a year. It has to be a 0% inflation rate. That would be the only point where it would actually be worth it to switch over. Otherwise, I'd rather just stick with the system we have now, where it will take more than 30 years to double the amount in circulation, and by that time, Dogecoin will easily, almost certainly, have doubled in its price, and it's going to go significantly above that based on the analysts that I've been doing, based on the predictions. We're going to see Dogecoin absolutely skyrocketing as it continues to go up to 31.1 right now, and that's not even close to the end of what we're going to see with Doge, but we're now up to 980 viewers. Let's see if we can get that like button pressed and instantly get to more viewers right now. Elon Musk's brother appears on Floki Enu's roadmap. Any thoughts about it? Doge and Floki to the moon, coming in from Anthony. And no, I'm still not on board with too many other cryptos besides Dogecoin when it comes to Dogecoin copycats. I like Doge. I'm sticking with it. And if someone has a really good use case or a really good argument, maybe, just maybe, we can actually move on to another crypto that we're also talking about as well. But of course, we're still going to be loving Dogecoin. And another thing we're talking about as well right now is DogeX, which is one of the most exciting projects that I've ever been a part of. And I'm really happy with my team and our team and all of our efforts. We have really been doing some cool things with this, and you can see here's some of the DogeX NFTs, a lot of really cool designs, and on the mint you will actually be able to try to get a rare Elon Doge. Everyone is going to want that on mint day. It's happening on the 7th, September 7th at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So do the calculation, 1 p.m. Eastern time, wherever the heck you are in the world, you can do the calculation and figure it out based on that. And when you actually do participate, the cost of each NFT, the value is starting off at 0.08 ETH plus gas fees. Gas fees could be significant at this point in time because of all the craze we're seeing with Ethereum, but it is worth it. Those gas fees are just a normal part of the process, and so I don't think anyone's going to be too scared from that. We're still going to see some massive success, I believe, from this DogeX launch. It is the most combinations of any NFT project ever most people get lazy and they stop actually trying to put in the work. They stop putting in the time and effort and energy at some point along the process. But you know what? We're not gonna freaking do that. We have been working for months, a team of over 50 artists at different points in time. Not 50 artists at the same time, but we've contracted out some things. We've worked with people. We have some on our team. So a ton of effort and energy into making this the best NFT project that has ever been released. Cute Doges. We want to represent the Dogecoin community well and help get some headlines for Doge from this too. It's not a cryptocurrency. It is an NFT release that is going to send shockwaves through the NFT world. I think we could be hearing a lot about this in the future, and of course we will. It's going to get some headlines. There's no doubt about that for Dogecoin. As Bitcoin up to 52,000, it looks beautiful. I mean, when Bitcoin's not above 50K, it's just sad. You play the violins, you play the sad music because you want to see BTC doing better, and when it's below that mark, it's not doing so hot, and to see it above it, it's good. And I think everyone who's predicting $100,000 Bitcoin in our lifetimes is 100% right about that, and I think they're even being a little bit pessimistic because it's going to likely happen significantly faster than that. I do believe Ethereum and Dogecoin are both going to pass Bitcoin at some point in the next 5 years, but that doesn't change the fact that Bitcoin is still going to continue to increase in price. Right now, the market cap of crypto at approximately 2 trillion, a little bit above that right now, is still significantly smaller than gold by a magnitude of around 5 times. And so with that, you see the amount of potential it has, and gold so much harder to buy than crypto. If we see even the same thing happening with gold that we saw with crypto, then crypto is going to absolutely take off, and Dogecoin will of course be a huge part of that. And oh yeah, that's true as well. I mean, see, I think this quality is actually really good when we have this set up the way it is right now, and I'm happy with it. I mean, there's no reason to do anything else, because if you do, then what the heck are you doing? But yeah, so have fun. Hopefully everyone is going to enjoy the NFT launch here, and we can definitely see. Oh, so they want my team is saying I should talk about the DogeX competition as well, and the prize that you can win right now if you go to DogeX 2021 on Twitter. So go check that out if you're interested, and have fun on mint day. Hopefully you get one of the rarest ones and you actually get a massive windfall from it. But anyway, I'm Matt Wallace, this is Final Stand, and I will see you in the next video.